Hi, I'm Stephen Tube. Wanted to go over my Crusader Legacy of Nightmare Bombardment Thorn set. I finally moved over from the 6-piece Invoker set to Legacy of Nightmare build, and I think I'll go over this really quick. If you happen to see I had done a video of this the other night and then forgot. My mic didn't record. I didn't have it plugged in the right socket, so it didn't do any sound and it was late, so I just said, okay, let's just upload it. I didn't check it, so I'm sorry. Here's a new video, replacement video. Let's go over this really quick. This doesn't need to be too in-depth. You've already probably heard of Legacy of Nightmare Bombardment Thorns build for Crusaders as being the new hotness. This is the build that all the cool kids are using. I'm just going to go through my gear, keep this really short. Mountain of the Light, those are good rolls. Ancient, this is an ancient. This is a must-have, the Old Yorick's Crown, so I'll keep looking for that. Hellfire Amulet, it's got the Iron Maiden passive, so that's pretty decent. It's not ancient. I'm probably not going to be spending a lot of time farming this, just because personally I find it so frustrating that once you get to Torment level 10 and you start farming the Key Wardens to get these Infernal Machines, that it's not 100% drop rate. And I've gone through a set where I'll do all 4 of them and maybe 2 of them will drop and the other 2 won't drop anything. As you can see, I have 2 here and have 1 of these. So, and you say, well, where's the 4th one? Well, yeah, he didn't drop either. So Blizz, if you're listening, please, I think that needs to be changed. Torment 10 Key Wardens need to be 100% drop rate on Infernal Machines. That's my opinion. Sanguinary Vambraces, I'm using it over Nemesis. These happen to be ancient, my Nemesis aren't. I'm not too crazy about the idea of getting an elite pack when I click on the pylon or the shrines. Usually, I mean, with this expansion this patch, what I've seen is that many times they'll put a shrine or a pylon not too far after an elite pack. So I'll see that many groups in many of their videos, they will, once they find elites or a rare pack, they'll run past them and see if they can find any shrine that's nearby or pylon, because you can get that buff and use it to kill the ad. This makes it doubly great because now you get to spawn enemy champions and you can use the shrine buff to take down 2. For me, I don't like this. I think right now my toughness isn't quite there yet. Having to deal with 2 packs of enemy champions, I'm not crazy about. It's tough, so I'm not going to use this right now. Maybe once I get my toughness up really high, and I can get this as ancient, I'll grab this and use this instead. There's also Ancient Parthian Defenders. These aren't ancient. Good rolls, though. Really good rolls. Yeah, stun enemies, 25 yard, reduce damage taken by 12%. Well, I think that's pretty decent. Alright, to keep going, Belt of the Trove, that's must-have. St. Archie's, this is again must-have. Here are the Legacy of Nightmare set. Ancient Ring, not bad. Would like to have something else, better rolls, but that's what I got. Okay, Hexing Pants. I think these are best because this build is all about movement. Movement is damage. Movement is life. So this is an absolute must-have for any build where you're going to be moving a lot. Not very useful when you're using 6-set Invoker set using Endless Walk. Because with the Endless Walk, what you're looking for is you're looking to group up ads, and then while you see the 2-set bonuses, while standing still, damage dealt is increased by up to 100%. So this is one of those builds where if you want to do more damage, you want to sit still and DPS the ads. Whereas this build, you want to move. You want to keep moving. Movement is very important here. Final Witness, Shield Glare hits all enemies around you. I decided I like that better. Ice Climbers, yep, there's a choice of either this or the other boots. I can never remember what they're called. Illusionary boots. I think I like the Ice Climbers right now just because they're ancient. And then Swift Mount, there's a lot of different weapons that you can use. Doombringer, Ingome, however you pronounce that one. Okay, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. And this hack, I like that secondary 90% of your Thorns damage is applied on every attack. That's interesting to me. I've also seen people run with Sunkeeper. And, well, this just happens to have like 6 freaking primary stats. Cooldown already baked in. So this is kind of interesting just to use to get area damage on it. Get rid of that blessed hammer damage for chance to deal area damage. Pretty decent, I think. I thought this is kind of interesting. Five primary skills, but oh well. My gems: Esoteric, Survivability. Boyarsky's chip, absolute must-have for Thorns damage. That's your DPS right there. Bane of the Stricken, I like that. I like the damage. I like the damage for when I get to the Rift Guardian. Take him down fast. Details. Cooldown, area damage, 90%. Cooldown reductions, pretty decent. Would like to have a little bit more. Thorns, pretty decent high. You see, I use the resistance gem just because having some problem with surviving damage and taking hits. So rather than put strength in there, I just want more survivability until I feel like my toughness has gotten higher. Until maybe I get some rolls where I can get some elemental resist on some of these items. Like here you got elemental resist. The rest of this stuff, that doesn't matter nearly as much. Vitality, that's Thorns. Movement speed, because my Swift Mount reduces or doubles the length of time I get Steed Charge. Well, Steed Charge only has, for me, a 1 second cooldown. It says 16 seconds, well, after you use it, so maybe, you use it 2 seconds here, then you got like 14 seconds where you can't use it. But with the cooldown reduction in Swift Mount, it's actually, I can use it for quite a long time. And then once it's down, the cooldown is only 1 second, then I can get back up on doing Steed Charge again. So I'm not putting any points of Paragon into movement speed, as I'll show you. Okay, so required, Mortal Drama, Kill Cross, Convention of Elements, Paragon, utility, area damage first, everything else afterwards. There's no resource spent, so we don't need resource cost reduction. I did resist all first, life armor, life gen. Here, cooldown reduction, absolute must have, and then everything else afterwards. And as I said, because I only have 1 second cooldown on Steed Charge, and I'm on that almost all the time, going between one pack in those wide open spaces between the next pack. I don't need movement speed. I don't need to max this out. What really interests me though is the vitality, that this is open, that I can put a ton of vitality, and the fact that Thorns with that Heart of Iron, that makes me kind of think that maybe this build could go with a lot of vitality enchantments, gems, Caldane's Despair on my items, make that vitality instead of strength. That might be, actually that might be workable, but I'm not sure. The problem is I've tried it. I tried using vitality gems instead of the resist gems, all resist gems, and it was a little more damage, but I felt more squishy. So I don't know what to think about this yet. Strength, there's strength. Abilities, nothing different, unusual. Maybe you see, well, Vigilant. I've never seen somebody use Vigilant. Well, okay, so life and regen, but the reduce on non-physical damage taken by 20%. Again, I still feel a little squishy, so I'm going to put my points into that. What else could I put it into? Well, I've also considered this, just because the second part of this reduced cooldown of shield glare by 30%. And then there's finery. And again, I'm on the fence about whether or not the strength is really as valuable, or if maybe vitality is the way to go, because vitality builds thorns. Yes, I know I'm a broken record. I've said that multiple times. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, this is more survivability. That's what I like. I think that covers everything. Templar, nothing different, unusual. I got a really nice fulminator. I decided to use this over Thunder Fury. It's the same basic thing, but more damage here. S. Johan, Wayward. Got to get rid of this Unity. Probably put an Oculus Ring in there. Freeze of Deflection. I think that basically covers everything. I hope I didn't leave anything out. Oh yeah, the gem has got to be Thorns damage here. And I think my goal now is to grind greater rifts and start leveling these up. Get these at least to 50. I want to have all 50 Chaldean's Despair enchants. I think that maths out to 250 damage based on what I do. And that's a toss-up between, am I going to go with strength for the Chaldean's Despair, or am I going to go with vitality? Am I going to, do something a little different? I don't know, because it takes a long time to get enough gems up to 50 to enchant like everything. I don't know. If you have any ideas, opinions, throw them in the comments. If you like the video, please subscribe. And I'm out of here. Take it easy, dudes.